Market Sniper, yep, another update from yours truly. It's going to be a short check-in with you. By the way, yes, don't forget that mini series below. Go and book and watch. You're too afraid to have a call or you want to check us out, do that. I've got on the screen right here, Reuters, Thomson Reuters being forced to comment on the performance of gold and silver. That's right. And saying, but, watch out. You are in a rising wedge, they say, a squeezy with an upward tilt. However, the yellow metal is in the midst of a big test on the charts as it battles a log scale resistance. The battle line is drawn. You should be taking profits. Maybe not. Maybe not Thomson Reuters, now that you've decided to give it coverage and tell us all the reasons why we should be panicking out. Let me take a different view and remind all of you that their goal is not to see you build wealth by defending yourself from their tactics of deflating your currency by hyperinflating and proliferating its availability, giving it to the military industrial complex, getting the associated bungs and brown envelopes back that go to the captured political classes and all the other criminals. That's right, it is a criminal cartel actively working against you, setting up in the military industrial complex the grid and the prison planet that they expect to superimpose over you. In short, you're paying for the prison walls and you should stop paying them. That's why I say leave, pay less tax, go somewhere else, and leaving your country is to sign up to a new plantation owner, which will give you better terms and see you pay less to your future imprisonment, which is part of a good idea as far as I'm concerned. So what do we make of this technical analysis? Of course, they've got an RSI. Yes. Oh, it's so high. It's a mathematical wobble indicator that bounces between 0 and 100, and it can bounce and stay in that upper quartile and even come off a little bit because it's not going up as fast, but still going up, and you can miss out a mega move trading or investing according to an RSI. Never invest based on indicators. The real indicator is the price itself and volume. And let me just tell you, this bull market has just started, no matter what. RSI from Reuters. Thomson Reuters talking about RSIs. Most overbought reading. I don't give a flying sausage, my friend. All the big macro patterns have triggered. I apply correct technical analysis, not some schemy indicator biased BS from the captured cartel themselves, media station. I have nothing to do with any of that. I assure you, I am ready, willing and able to trade according to the only best ways, that is HVF method, the Hunt Volatility Funnel, and grab a mini series for exactly zero on the link below that says mini series here, and get a little bit of an idea of what we talk. By the way, you will have questions and there'll be things I do that don't match that. That is the advanced and the others. So please enjoy the introduction, which is for anyone, fun, entertaining and simple in concept, to lay the foundation of where we take you later on when you are on board. By the way, apart from gold and silver, which, let's check our YouTube channel. What have we been talking about? We've been talking about all the things Reuters haven't been talking about. Let's go to the channel and just check up on something. The guests we have been bringing on and the videos. Game over when US debt markets go no bid. Quick word on that. It'll never actually go 100% no bid. Yours truly, the Federal Reserve, will have many little bots nibbling and offering a bid, but that if any bankers are panicking, which they won't be allowed to do because they're controlled and privately owned by those same clowns, and trying to dump, they'll be told to stop and to go bust. It's kind of how the system works. We're bigger than you. We created you. That private corporation that is embedded inside the USA corporation and every other major nation state, by the way, which is seeing captured corporate planets, the states, ready for a little bit of Bolshevik population reduction. Yes, all these beautiful concepts that you will be dodging and missing because you'll be part of our community, and you'll start with a mini series on the link below just to see, do you like this man? What saith he? Yes, there's great things. What have we been talking about? What have we been talking about in our videos? You guessed it. The paradox, Wall Street's crash. Well, the stock market up and Main Street's pain. The retail consumer. How the dollar is being left behind on a BRICS chat over there. Profit from the shift 10x better than gold. Peter Schiff coming on board to have a chat that's all about gold. All about gold and the crash. All of these with our good friend Bill Holter. Gold, gold, gold. The seeds of totalitarianism with Mark Farber, and again gold. The hidden opportunities, small cap royalties, gold and gold miners. It's just getting started. Gold, gold, gold. You might detect a theme 10 times better than gold. You might actually be detecting a theme. We've been steering you towards the precious metals, and we were telling you rather differently to Reuters, your friend and mainstream media contact, that is saying, watch out the RSI, watch out the RSI. There's a long line since the 1980s. That is a new battle line that, you know, you shouldn't expect to go beyond there. You should take profits. With profits. They sell you products with profits. That's right. The insurance companies. That's right. With profits. This bond, we will skim your equity returns in the good years to bring with profits in the bad years. A smooth thing. That's a code for theft. That's code for theft and not passing on the full valuation. With profits, we'll smooth the trajectory. We'll take a little bit here and then we'll give a little bit back, but we end up taking a little bit more than we give back. But you know, take all this taking and giving back, it's work. You know, we have to be paid extra for that. That is the financial services designed to rob you. The traditional financial services where skullduggery, fraud, commissions, absolute every sin is being perpetuated at your cost, managed money. And that is why you have more people in the financial realm. The financial realm. They're not farmers anymore. They're in the finance. I'm in finance, they say. I'm in finance. They are saying I am a crook and part of the skullduggery mechanisms. So do not love them for being in finance. But let's move on to that chart and what's been going on. You see, if you take that same there rising wedge that is the gold chart and you divide it, you say, hold on just a segment. Let's put this in here. We'll get our gold chart as it is appearing according to Reuters. If you put that long rising wedge, what you actually are witnessing, and they went big time frame and they thought they could scare you with a number and a date from 1980. And yes, you can draw, if you really, really want to draw a rising wedge like that. And guess what? Whose theory, the only theory in all of technical analysis, talks of a type 3 rising wedge, where in actual fact you get a melt up rather than a crash down, as Reuters is implying on the very basic typified indicator embedded and infested technical analysis that they are churning out, that in actual fact you melt up out of it in a type 3 when the buying has been so strong at key moments coming up under, such as here, which was 99, 2000, an all-time low. Again there, and to a degree there in 2014, and then after the Shanghai Accord 2016 going into 2017. And then you could only pull back that far in 2020 after you pulled the shenanigans of the CV19 events and the proliferation, and you killed the debt market and ended the 40-year bull market. That now means there's one more market that is absolutely toxic and untouchable and should only be short. That is the market of debt. And now that you have a hypervalued stock market, given the rotation out of debt into equities, that is well overdue a crash with a token. I want to say it's like a shitcoin in video that's probably rife with fraud, because they had fraud on the very day that they listed. All of that at 58 times sales, which would take you 58 years on full sales to pay for its market cap, assuming you paid absolutely nothing in tax, salaries, or any related business expenses. Now imagine all that, and then look at the millennia age real money that is precious metals, and tell me this is a break to the downside or a type 3 that only the market sniper, that only HVF method tells you, actually leads to a melt up because the wall of buying is so fat, cokey, transgender pink that they're going to come hammering so hard on the door that the real lid that's going to be blown is in fact this one, and you will have an absolute escalation in the value of gold that will surpass everything else. And if we take into the fact that you are drawing a chart since 1980, way back when a dollar actually bought you something and it ain't the same bloody dollar that exists today, you might adjust for their liar BLS rate that they throw out as the CPI, and that looks like this. And with that adjustment, hark, instead of it being that said rising wedge of the criminality system in a depleting, devaluing currency, you actually get something according to their liar statistics that is a little bit more squared up, and you actually have a breakout that has already occurred in gold in a corrected CPI that will not be discussed by Reuters if they had the common sense to even adjust for the fact that the dollar in 1980, given you want to look at such big time frame charts, has nothing to do with the minuscule dollar today. Then they would show you this chart, which is in fact, again, brings you into our domain of the Hunt volatility funnel, where you can take a 58-year-old bald-headed man's entire lifespan, and that he didn't even know the method he was going to create, that only got created somewhere during this period from the 99s through here, and was refining and building his entire method to then have roll out in front of him when he was at his peak HVF knowledge and theory, that he is making the early stages available on that same mini series right below, that you can start to get the grounding, because belief and understanding in something starts here. If you want to stick at the trade, the more rationally and the more detailed you've been about understanding and entering it, the longer you're likely to stick it, and that a flippant win to chase in long when it's going up will quickly reverse when it's going down, and you'll jump right out. But if you actually truly understand what is happening and the degree and scale of it all, you will have the patience of a monk to have been stacking as long as I've been stacking, and more importantly, now that it's triggering, to be biased, leverage long, so that you can get some freedom from the cartel of criminals that are perpetuating a fraud against you. They are seeking to devalue into serfdom and UBI, so that you are a selfless, helpless little normie living in a gutter that has to do all their bids, including health-related interventions and any other variety of deception and deceit. To have your freedom back is to understand this, that HVF method can and will give it to you, and you take your first step by watching that free link mini series. You don't even have to talk to anyone on the phone. It's scary until you've decided that you're ready, and you think, man, this guy's been talking about this a lot, and suddenly the news has caught up with everything you said. Just like Zero Hedge came to the conclusion and had two chosen ones on saying maybe the bond market's turned a matter of 3 or 4 weeks ago, when you heard it here first in the year 2020, that a 40-year bull market in the financialization of absolutely everything in a debt-based system is collapsing. The core layer of the pyramid is collapsing, and the canary is no longer chirping. It's absolutely screaming and whining and willing its head off and popping through the ceiling, and its name is gold. And you're watching it happen, and you're waiting for the Friday slam of silver that never came, because the slammers are exhausted, they are overexposed, and they're in deep, deep trouble. And silver is at $34 today, having got through the key 31, 32, 33 level, and proving that it is on an upside trajectory, just like we told you on this channel a while before when we showed you the same chart, which I'll be reminding you again, much like this one, that actually says these are correlated. The gold adjusted for CPI is in fact a breaking HVF, and that it has happened and is in the process of happening right goddamn now. The criminals don't want you to know. The criminals want you to sell your gold. The criminals want you to put it in a vault on a leaseback basis so that they can continue to leverage derivatives against it and keep it down the best way, so they can sustain their Ponzi scheme as long as they need to. Your job is to pay them no tax. Your job is to take gold and silver out of the system and physically hold it. Your job is to bring this shit shit pile that they have created of Ponzi-nomics right down to the floor. And you start now, and there's Bullion links below. You go as an American to ITM trading and you pay what I pay for my gold. You go to Pure Gold below and you buy from them and pay what I pay for my gold and silver. And you start stacking if you haven't already. And if you have a pittance to your name and you're just getting started, it's okay. We've all been there. You go to Bullion Vault and you put $10 a month because you'll be $10 better. And that $10 won't be buying you what $10 buys you in a much shorter time than it's taken the 40-year bull market in bonds to collapse, because you've done the escalator phase and now the elevator phase is coming. And I'm here to tell you all this so that you understand where you are and you take action. And it starts with the first understanding of the basics of HVF method in the mini series. And I'm showing you this is seminally the most significant break in any HVF that I've ever shown on this channel since 2009, even though we throttled to bejesus and still haven't made 75,000 for putting out tons of videos so regularly of high value. That's called the oil shorts, the Euro Swiss franc shorts in collapse, every part of the top of the bond market, gold longs that you've heard me natter on an epic level. All that has happened, and you're going to get the truth coming at you, and what you do after this is on you, because I've told you. John the Baptist has fucking come. He's screamed at you. He's told you, get prepared, get bloody ready. The moment is here. I am telling you, this is your John the Baptist moment. This is Noah standing here. How's your flipping ark? It starts in metal. It starts in yellow metal. It moves to silver metal. You keep on getting it. You get this quality of product from my providers that I've got out so many times. It's almost starting to resemble masturbation with all the in and outs. I'm here to tell you this is the moment that you save your finances. What you do is absolutely empirical. You're on borrowed time. The Ponzi scheme is virtually goddamn over. And that is a triggering event that is absolutely telling you. The fundamentals on gold have now smashed into the technicals. It's happening. It's a break. It's huge. And it's going. That's what's going down. And the slam on silver never came. And these two charts look almost identical. That's your gold with the CPI adjustment on a monthly time frame in capturing 56 years since 1968. And I showed up in time to recognize one of my own patterns forming right here on a method I was still to devise through my entire childhood and to trade it into wealth. This is your moment. This is your moment. Learn what I do with a beautiful community. Start with a mini series. Get buying gold and silver. This is a huge triggering event. We haven't even made first interim. The number of 52 is going to be muchos multiples greater than where you are right now in the gold price. That rising wedge that they've shown you will almost certainly turn into a type 3, which will actually see a melt up out the top, contrary to all basic technical analysts that will say it's got to go down. And you are going to go into a melt up phase. Unobtainium then could become an issue. Unobtainium, just like there's only the Fed monetizing their own bid on the bond market, there will be everybody and a dog putting in an offer on the bid stack for your gold ounces that you secured while there was still a run. You're watching a run on the bank, and you're watching that run on all gold and silver supplies taking place right here, right now. The key thing about HVF method is you get fast moving mega breakouts. You are in a stage where there is about to be a massive melt up. I'm here to tell you that moment has come. You've triggered. Nothing goes up in a straight line, but it will be disorderly fast to the upside, as the Ponzi-nomics cartel of criminals and thieves are, with their controlled demolition of the financial system by intent, busy pulling it down on the other side. That's where you're at. There's your silver, guys. There's your silver, that triggering event. It's already on a small candle. This is a massive time frame. It's monthly right up there. You are now at, wait for it, 34.13. You have cleared the previous highs that came in there. That's a super fat cookie. The only points that you have largely, you're beginning a move that for now, the only relative highs that have exceeded take you right the way back to 1980 and the truncated bull of 2011 that occurred there, which is a deeply incompleted bull market, but it was a turning of the post-dot-com gold. They did manage to put the canary back in the cage to some degree, but their ability to do so was greatly diminished. It only came this far, and the next time only that far. You are now triggering, this thing is running. And why couldn't they slam it? Why did nobody slam it? Because actually, eventually, you need higher prices. The only thing that fixes this is higher prices. If you need more silver and it isn't around, you need higher prices. You need to bring back people back into the game. They have raised the bar for new mines. They have raised the time frame. They've raised the permitting. They've raised everything in all the first world countries of the world, courtesy of BlackRock, ESG, DEI, and every other crap policy that they've brought that has reeked from climate change of pure deception and dishonesty in a board of chosen ones. They right now have put the barriers so high for new entrants into this game that it's virtually impossible to bring huge amounts of new supply of gold and silver into this market. That is where you are. You literally have a bottleneck. It's the existing players, and the big majors have done very little in mining and exploration. They've managed their cash flows, and they have continued to buy up any small players that are coming. In our community right now, we have 3x, 10x, 30x HVF setups on miners. Right now, the best miners with HVF setups, we have a number that are in there. I can't give everything away to you. I have to respect people who have actually respected me with their hard earned. It's how it works. But I'm telling you, the dice has fallen. The miners are turning. Silver is turning. The events that we've been warning about are all coming. They are coming thick and fast, and the developments are immense, and the world will shake. You have not seen what will happen. You have not seen the ridiculous headlines that will be running in the future. If you think you've already seen some cranky ones, I'm telling you there's cranky and bigger BS as they struggle to hold power still to come. You haven't seen what they're going to try pull. You're going to go full Bolshevism in the West on rental and price controls, as if communism has never been tried before. It's all coming, and they're going to steal from you, and you who haven't left your countries, even though you hate the fact that I said it, they're going to make it harder for you to leave for being late in leaving. There'll be more on exit taxes. There'll be heavier exit taxes. You're going to see absolutely everything going absolutely wrong in the West. This is the decline, the great decline. This has been the coin clipping of a generation. Anyway, that's it. This is silver. I came here to remind you that that's what's happening. We've got some great equity miners that are already triggered in much the same way. And the thing with the miners is they deliver a multiple on that. That's right. These could be the best equities you ever own. You won't even be looking at shitcoins on crypto. You're going to do the crazy numbers there. Ask Rick Rule, who's landed 1,000x's in one exceptional circumstances with warrants. It's on YouTube. You can go find it yourself. But doing 50, 25, even 100x plus will be possible in this run. You need to build wealth. You need to build wealth. You have to become wealthy. You have to become wealthy, because the thing your wealth is being measured in is falling through the floor. And unfortunately, no one else who's building their wealth are being impoverished at an escalating rate. That is the nature of hyperstagflation. That's my key warning to you. This is Friday. There's your melt up without the slam. The standard Friday late just before close for not-for-profit mega selling derivative slam down. It never came. It never came. This is the first time I've seen a candle like this close. I'm like, oh my God, oh my God. They're exhausted. They can't stack that position anymore. They're getting called. They're getting called on a Friday before a weekend on a major move of key technical significance, where silver is now taking out the 31s and 32 levels right here, right now in front of your eyes. There was no slam, and it hasn't come today either. It's over. It's over. You are watching the beginning of the unraveling of one of the greatest orchestrated frauds across nation states, which are corporations, ever perpetuated for an extended period. You know what to do. Grab the mini series. Get stacking on Bullion Vault, $10 a month. Buy with your lump sum on ITM trading as a US citizen or anywhere else, rest of the world, on the pure gold. I'm here to tell you, we've been telling you about this since the debt market was turning, that this event would come. The rotation into equities will then yield a rotation inside of equities into miners away from the other garbage, and rotation into the real money that is hard for them to steal, the one you can hold at home, under your floorboards, wherever it needs to. That is your balance sheet that will still be there, will not be digitally nibbled by a cartel of proliferators and frauds. That is the key message. I've kept it simple. Till next time, catch you later. Thanks for the support and sharing this message. It needs to get out to everybody. Do yourself a favor, help bring down the system, proliferate this hardcore message to as many of your normie friends and your best friends and your semi-awake friends and your 95% truthers and your full-blown conspiracy theorists. They all need to hear it. The time is now. The technical levels are happening. This is it. You want to know where reset is? You're about to get an escalation phase. It's not a day, it's a full process, but it's going to escalate. And we are right at the doorstep of that happening. Till next time, I salute you and say, life is still great. Everything is awesome. Truth will reassert. Sound money could potentially reassert. Stay tuned for more. Catch you later.
Tired of profit wipeouts and blown accounts from following trade signal groups and other YouTube channels? Looking for a better way to trade, reduce your stress, and minimize your risk? Become a skilled technical analyst and see the charts and markets in a new light using the successfully proven HVF method by Francis Hunt, while being surrounded and supported by a principled, structured, and experienced community. Enjoy a constructive learning environment while practically trading markets, supported by a bespoke platform run through browser and app, specifically designed to teach and engage you whilst learning and growing as the markets move. This is not a Telegram or Slack signal group. All trade ideas are based on a proprietary technical analysis process honed over decades, which is the HVF method, leading to trade ideas with fast-moving breakouts and tight stops, exact entries and exits, nuanced interim considerations, and ultimately, strong rewards. Submissions are graded and scored by Francis for potential high-quality setups, and we provide bespoke tools to help get the job done properly and with precision. Over time and with focused effort, you'll begin to look at charts and price action just like Francis. Community updates every day by Francis and our 3 webinars a week provide a 360-degree approach, which are presented by our experienced team of trade leaders to spot potential trades. We're a community of self-actualized individuals, spanning the globe and active 24/7, 365. The premium community provides a warm, supportive, and cooperative place for people willing to listen, participate, contribute, and to learn. We've changed thousands of traders' lives. Transform your approach to trading now. Transform your life. Book an introductory call with us on the link below.